Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.
What it do? It's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92, and I'm back with another Kamehameha reaction video. And today we back at it with the top 5 strongest, man. Ultra Instinct Goku versus Ultra Ego Vegeta. Yo, this gonna be a fire episode, you dig? But before we get to the content today, you guys, make sure you hit the like button so that way we can trigger YouTube algorithm. So that way we can be seen by a bigger audience. Also, if you're new here, we welcome you and we thank you for enjoying content with us today. Here at Dragon Ball Art 92, we do reaction videos. Dragon Ball everything reaction videos. So if you're a Dragon Ball fan, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that way you can be updated whenever I drop a video. Now that we got all that good stuff out the way, let's get to the content.
As our story continues inside the Room of Spirit and Time, with Goku being shown having to shatter past his Super Saiyan Blue limits, and now being shown having to stack Kaioken times 30 on top of Super Saiyan Blue, it was as the gods were observing where Whis went on to comment, "Well, I do say I'm quite impressed that Goku was able to actually achieve such a feat. His power has skyrocketed beyond what it was, but now the question remains, will this be enough to win him the battle against Vegeta?" As Beerus went on to chime in, "No way. Goku's good, but I don't see this being enough to put Vegeta down," he says. His first test is maintaining the power. The second, surviving, Beerus says. Let's see. As Ultra Ego Vegeta had gone in observing Goku transform by responding, "Good, you did it. You're shaking," he says. "Hurry and fight me before you break under the pressure of the Kaioken," he says. "Your move. You wanted to face the..."
On a normal basis, I know that Kaioken times 30 in that Super Saiyan Blue is insanely strong, bro. But, you know, he dealing with Ultra Ego Vegeta, you know, and that's not a feat to cough at, you feel me? That boy is strong. And he will put Goku down, bro. But I want to see what Goku gonna do. He may put up a fight this time. Let's see.
Strongest, did you? Well, prove your worth and come at me. As with Goku finally being able to now stack Kaioken times 30 on top of Super Saiyan Blue, it was only during this initial transformation where Goku went on to say to himself, "Multiplying the Kaioken 30 times over isn't going to last forever, so I have to try and see how far I can go with this," he says. "I have to get myself adjusted, otherwise it's lights out," Goku says. As it was during this initial moment where Goku had gone and dashing directly towards Vegeta, with the Grand Priest having to then ask, "He sure seems determined, doesn't he?" I'm sure Goku knows that he has a long way to go if he hopes of matching the strongest, Whis says, but if he is unable to grow strong enough with the time given by you, Grand Minister, then I don't think he will stand a chance, he says. "Look, see, what did I tell you?" Beerus comments. "He can't even touch Vegeta. It won't work. He's simply not strong enough no matter what version of Blue he uses," he adds. As with Goku being shown having to desperately do everything within his own ability by using Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 30 and doing the best that he can to land a single strike on Vegeta, it was only during that point where Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Not bad, Kakarot. If I was using anything other than this power, then you certainly would have had the edge over me."
That's crazy, bro. He wasn't even able to touch him, man. Sorry about that, you guys. But he wasn't even able to touch him, bro. That's insane feat. Let's give it up for Vegeta, bro. Goku is really having to put up a good fight right now, or he gonna continue to struggle. But let's see what happens.
Without question, but it's painfully clear to the both of us now that this simply isn't going to be enough to win you the battle, he says, with Vegeta then quickly following up by punching Goku in the face and knocking his entire aura off of his body. It was only during that initial strike where Vegeta went on to continue, "You have no choice here, Kakarot, none! If your Kaioken doesn't break you, then I will. Either find a way to fight back or I'm going to break every single bone that you have in your body." As with Vegeta then being shown having to Spartan kick Goku in the chest and knocking him back, the Grand Priest then went on to comment, "The Saiyan is certainly taking a lot of punishment out there against Vegeta," he adds, "but his attempts of raising his Kaioken beyond what he's used to simply wasn't going to cut it," he says. Goku has exhausted all of his options in this fight, the Grand Priest continues. He will either need to use his strongest form to match Vegeta, or he will be beaten into submission. Perhaps giving this Saiyan 30 days to train simply wasn't going to be enough, I'm afraid. If he is having this much trouble against
Ooh, so Goku right there just got lucky, because even I was thinking to myself, there's no way Goku is going to be able to fight the top 5 strongest in 30 days, bro. That's insane. Bro, 30 days, bro. Come on, bro. That, I mean, that it takes about 30 days to create a new habit, not to master something. You feel me? But let's get back to it.
Vegeta, then just imagine what it will be like once he faces the 5 mightiest, the Grand Priest says. So then, is there any way for this time that was given to possibly be extended, Grand Minister Whis asks? Well, judging based from what I'm seeing, I'm afraid Son Goku will need all the time he could buy to get stronger before fighting in this exhibition, he says. Hey, look, Beerus chimes in, the mortal isn't done. He still has a bit of fight left within him, he says. Typical Saiyan. As with Goku shown in tremendous pain in holding on to his chest, that was when Goku went on to acknowledge Vegeta by telling him, "Oh, Vegeta, oh man, you really aren't making this easy for me. Well, it looks like I have no other choice then. It's either I go all out or I perish," Goku says. As it was during this moment where Goku had already known that he had no other choice but to use his most powerful transformation, in which as Goku went on to close his eyes, that's when Whis went on to comment, "Goku's greatest strength lies within his ability to understand the danger in which he is in, thus pushing him into being that."
Now, this is the fight. Yeah, you got to give Goku his props, though, because no matter how much somebody is beating his, he still go put up a fight, bro. He still go continue to fight. He's not going to give up, bro. That's one thing I do respect about Goku, real talk. He will put in that work, bro, to be stronger if you give him the opportunity to do that. You feel me? But let's get back to the content.
Much more driven in seeing his battle through until the very end. Though his lower levels certainly do need much improvement, Vegeta here has proven that Goku will need to dig much deeper than ever before if he ever wishes to overcome the challenge in which he is currently up against. A serious-minded and focused Goku is without question the most dangerous, but against a rival who happens to wield the power of a destroyer god, this will certainly not be easy for him. Little by little, Goku will understand this and thus hopefully be able to evolve himself into the very warrior that he truly desires to become one day. Yeah, well, he's still never going to surpass me, so he can keep dreaming, Beerus responds. As with Vegeta now overseeing how Goku is undergoing his transformation, that's when Vegeta went on to comment, "Ah, I was wondering when you'd pull this rabbit out of that hat of yours. Wonderful. Just what I was looking for."
I'm wondering to myself, right, if Goku can go beyond Ultra Instinct, is there a level beyond Ultra Instinct that maybe Goku can reach? And what does that look like? You know what I'm saying? That's a question that I was thinking about, because it can either go in the way of how the Saiyan's transformation usually go, like Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, etc. He can do something like an Ultra Instinct 2, you feel me? Or it can be something else, you know. But I'm wondering what that will really look like. I'm wondering if they ever go bring back Super as the anime, because I know they still got the manga going on, but I'm wondering if they they go get back into it, or are they scrapping everything? You know, I guess we go see in the future, right, y'all? But let's get back to it.
Forward to facing. As the Grand Priest also went on to chime in, it never ceases to amaze me in witnessing such a mortal be able to achieve such power like this, he says. I wonder how skilled he truly is if he expects to be any sort of match against those who he will be facing, he says. But I also sense conflicting emotions within him. Could it possibly be doubt, fear, or confusion, the Grand Priest asks? He seems very fixated after meeting the mightiest. An emotional issue that hinders on one's potential cannot possibly be afforded during this event, he says. Otherwise, he will lose himself first before he loses the battle that he originally.
The Grand Priest made a great point, because emotions can stop you or it can push you. But it just kind of depends on your mind state and how you utilize your emotions. You know, the more you believe in yourself, the more you can control emotions and put them in a specific place where they need to be so they can empower you rather than drain your energy. Right now, Goku seems like he's having an inner battle, which to me, it's a good and bad thing, because at the end of the battle, you come out with realization, you come out with more wisdom and understanding. But throughout that process, it can be draining. But let's get back to it.
Was asking for. As with Vegeta finally getting in what he had wanted in seeing Goku unleash the power of Ultra Instinct, it was during this initial moment where Vegeta went on to tell Goku, it's about time you go all out. Your other forms were starting to bore me, so maybe this ought to make me break a sweat or two. Since I gave you the honors before, allow me to take the lead then, which was exactly what Vegeta had gone and doing, because the very moment Vegeta was then shown having to dash directly towards Goku, Vegeta had attempted in striking Goku, with Goku being shown closing his eyes and effortlessly being able to dodge Vegeta's strike, as even Whis himself went on to chime in by asking, there, you see? This is only just the beginning. Oh, please, Whis, Beerus says. Vegeta missed one strike, so what? Just you watch.
That makes this so much entertaining to see Whis and Beerus actually arguing and stuff. It's great comedy, and it's great for the storyline, because it gives the story a different aspect. Instead of just being serious, it makes everything come together as one serious, enjoyable family things, fight, stakes, things in that nature. I love Dragon Ball, man. And if you don't like Dragon Ball, get the off my page. Let's get back to it.
Goku's already in deep water as it is, so it's only a matter of time before Vegeta finally finishes him off once and for all, he says. But even then, with Vegeta being shown having to strike Goku, with Goku being shown dodging each and every single one of his strikes, it was only from there where Whis went on to add even more insult to injury by telling Beerus, are you sure it was just one strike, my lord? Because from what it looks like, Vegeta seems to be missing a lot of his attacks now, isn't he? But it still doesn't change the fact that the mortal also seems to be waging another battle from within, the Grand Priest chimes in. Let's see if this internal conflict will manifest itself onto the surface as this continues. To where as Goku was also shown having to catch one of Vegeta's punches, that's when Goku went on to tell him, what's wrong? I thought you'd make me work for it, yet you can't even lay a finger on me now, Goku says. You just keep running that mouth of yours, Kakarot. I'll just have to try a little harder.
There go that overconfidence that Goku be portraying, that always end up getting him beat. And I can understand having confidence, knowing that you can prevail in a battle, but overconfidence definitely is a weakness. Let's get back to it.
That's all. In which Vegeta wasn't bluffing, because as Goku had gone in attempting to strike Vegeta, with Vegeta having to vanish, it was only when Vegeta had gone in teleporting where he then went on to tell Goku, I can turn things up just like you. Impressive, Beerus adds. That's the way, Vegeta. Make that Goku work for it. He's fast, but Vegeta isn't that far behind, he adds, which had then ultimately prompted
I've been yearning for this moment.
Vegeta in fire down multiple ki blasts down at Goku, with Goku once again proving his wits by being able to avoid, duck, and dodge each and every single one of Vegeta's ki blasts. It was during this initial engagement, as Vegeta kept firing more and more ki blasts at Goku, where Goku from there was shown getting ever so closer towards Vegeta, which from there had led Goku in finding his mark in connecting a ferocious uppercut to Vegeta's stomach. With the gods having to oversee this on Beerus's planet, that's when Beerus went on to chime in after seeing this by responding, "Sir, what's going on in there? What are you doing, Vegeta? Mow that Saiyan down!" Impressive, the Grand Priest says. It appears as though Son Goku has truly improved quite a bit since his showcasing at the Tournament of Power. Not bad at all, he says. In which, as Vegeta's body was then shown shaking following Goku's initial strike, that's when Vegeta went on to tell Goku, You don't get a big head. Yes, Vegeta says. I'm loving every bit.
That Ultra Ego is insane, bro, because he's basically transmuting his pain into energy, bro. That's an insane feat, bro. No matter how strong the opponent is, he can absorb that energy and transform it into energy for himself. Insane, bro. Let's get back to it.
Bit of this, Kakarot. That's the way. He's unaffected by my attack, Goku says, as within that very moment Vegeta had gone in, now finding his opening, and from there being shown having to double axe handle Goku across the head by telling him, "You're damn right, Kakarot, now brace yourself, clown, because now I owe you for that one," with Beerus being shown cheering on by shouting, "Yeah, that's right, Vegeta, pound that idiot Goku onto the ground." Oh, and there it is, the Grand Priest says. It was that one moment of hesitation that led Vegeta in finding the opening that he needed to strike Goku when he least expected it. A very foolish mistake to make in combat, he adds. But even then, with Goku being shown having to land on his feet, that's when Whis went on to chime in by responding, "I'm noticing a few things that Goku could definitely improve upon before his big battle. It'll be noted for when we continue his training, but thus far the difference between what he was and what he currently is very clear," he says. To whereas Vegeta had gone for a massive stomp from above, with Goku being shown having to quickly leap out of the way, in an act of frustration, that's when Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Damn you, weasel! You think running away will save you? I'll catch you sooner or later, Kakarot! You can't avoid me forever!" Those two do sure seem like they have a score to...
And I'm starting to understand why Granola had the technique of hitting the pressure points of the body, because even if an opponent can utilize power like Vegeta is using right now, Ultra Ego, there's only so many attacks that you can take when you're getting hit in them pressure points. You understand what I'm saying? Interesting, bro. But that's one thing that Goku could have picked up, bro, to kind of help him combat that Ultra Ego. But let's get back to it.
To settle with the other, the Grand Priest says. It's rare to witness such powers collide under such circumstances, but tell me, Whis, with the time given, can your warrior ensure us that he will be ready? With Whis responding, "I'm not sure. Goku's a brilliant fighter and an incredible warrior nevertheless, but watching him fight Vegeta showed me how much more he needs to work on before he is truly ready." As all the while, with Vegeta once again being shown having to miss each and every single one of his strikes, that's when Vegeta went on to shout by telling Goku, "Damn it, Kakarot, since when were you this fast? Oh, this is getting annoying. Why can't I hit you?" To where as we then see how Goku had gone in blocking one of Vegeta's knee strikes, that's when Goku went on to respond by telling Vegeta, "I've worked very hard on making sure my reflexes were up to par, and though I may be behind Whis when it comes to avoiding danger, I think it's safe to say that I'm doing a good job at where I'm currently at." As Vegeta went on to respond, "Why, you're mocking me, aren't you? Wait till I get my hands on you. You'll slip up sooner or later, and when you do, that's when I'll be right there ready to smash your face in," Vegeta says. As within that moment, after having to initially miss his strike, Vegeta had gone in grabbing onto Goku's gi, and thus being shown tugging.
That was one of the smartest ways to get an attack on an opponent that can dodge everything you're throwing at him. You got to throw him off and then grab him. Now he can't go nowhere. Now you didn't. You know you did. You know you did, right? You know you didn't up, right? Goku, you didn't up. bro. Vegeta's on you. Let's get back to it.
Goku forward and then being shown having to headbutt Goku directly in the forehead, in which even the gods who were spectating this went on to respond, "Ouch," Whis says. "Oh, I know that one had to have hurt. I knew Vegeta would get a hold of him one way or another," Beerus says, and he did. He got that headbutt tactic from me, you know. Quite effective, isn't it? Yes, well, although stunned, it appears as though Goku is still refusing to go down despite the unexpected strike, the Grand Priest says, to where once again, as Vegeta was shown attempting to strike Goku, as he went on to miss his strike yet again, the frustration that was beginning to emanate from Vegeta was very, very noticeable, as Vegeta went on to tell Goku, "Why, you hold still! Fight back, you coward! Stop running from me!" "Who said I was running, Vegeta?" To where it was only within that moment where Vegeta had finally gotten what he had been asking for, with Goku from there being shown having to knee Vegeta in the stomach. Vegeta from that point on was shown having to slowly lift his head and being shown laughing and responding, "So you aren't all smoke and mirrors after all. But what was that supposed to be? You are nothing compared to me," Vegeta shouts, as he was once again shown having to latch onto Goku's gi, and from there being shown having to throw Goku forward, with Goku's body being shown rolling on the ground before having to stabilize himself. That's when Vegeta went on to continue, "Oh, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. So you may have wounded me a bit. So what?" Vegeta asks. "It'll only be fuel that's added to the fire that burns within me, the pride that I carry, something that you know nothing about."
So I just want to give a shout out to my boy Vegeta for doing this thing out here, man. But I see a way to, I say, combat also Ultra Ego is to hit him hard enough. You know, once he takes a certain amount of damage, it's a wrap. So what I'm also taking is that certain hits or certain strikes that some of the opponents may make on Vegeta won't even cause him damage. That's quite interesting. You know, in this storyline, Vegeta then stepped his game up, and yes, man, let's go, Vegeta. That's my boy. You dig? Let's get back to it.
To whereas we then go back to the Grand Priest Beerus and Whis, with the Grand Priest then shown having to leave, it was only during his exit where the Grand Priest went on to inform the other gods by telling them, "An impressive display from these mortals from the 7th, but it is clear to me that Goku will need more time if he ever hopes of being a worthy opponent for those he will fight. His 30-day limit will be extended into 1 full year," the Grand Priest says. "Make of this time as you would, and I certainly expect great results once his time comes." 1 full year to prepare, Beerus asks, and what if the mortal still isn't ready by the time the year is up? What exactly are the rules for this event going to be? With the Grand Priest responding,
It kind of seemed like the Grand Priest was plotting or something. I'm wondering what the Grand Priest is getting out of this. I'm wondering what he's on. You know, you just never know. You know, and most of the time the Grand Priest be on some positive stuff. You know, but at the same time, it's like you just never know, because you know their bad is like extreme, bro. You know, but let's get back to it.
"If Son Goku isn't ready once the year has passed, then he will be obliterated," the Grand Priest says. "The rules are as simple as they come. Victory will be determined by ring out, knockout, submission, or by death. The 4 strongest will be given 1 perk in which they will share amongst themselves, and this perk will be the ability to tag in and out whenever they wish. Goku, however, will be given 3. His perks will include a total redo, granting him an immediate rematch of an initial battle he loses, a perk which allows for him to fully restore his power back to 100%, and a perk which grants Goku the ability to call for 1 partner of his choosing to aid him in the match that he wishes to use this perk on."
What a tournament, bro. Goku is fighting for his existence right now, bro. This man fighting for his life. So you know he got to get his train on, like for real, for real. But Goku will prevail, you know. And I give Goku props because he always overcomes any obstacle that he faces. That's one heck of a character. You feel me? Let's get back to it.
Those will be his 3 lifelines, the Grand Priest says. Once they expire, then he will be on his own, and if he loses, then he will be erased without a trace. Those are the consequences of this upcoming exhibition. 365 days, that will be all he is given to do what he needs to be ready, the Grand Priest says. His first opponent is already studying Goku's history along with his potential. I would only hope that you are able to do what is needed to have Goku prepare for the coming battle that lies ahead of him, as of course it most certainly will not be easy, he says. Thank you for allowing me the time to watch these Saiyans in action, the Grand Priest responds. I will be seeing you all very soon. Farewell, he says. And with the Grand Priest then being shown having to take his leave, that's when Beerus went on to turn towards Whis by telling him, he's doomed, Whis. 1 year isn't going to cut it. You'll need a miracle to help him reach such levels, because I'm certainly not going to help him. I'm going to help Vegeta train instead.
I agree. 1 year is not long enough to reach the levels of beings that's been training for millions of years. That's insane, bro. So, but if Goku pull it off, he'll be the greatest warrior in the history of Dragon Ball. Because Goku didn't already overcome a lot of hurdles that we thought he wasn't going to do, but he also have help by his friends and loved ones. You know what I'm saying? That definitely plays a big role in Goku's wins. But you can't take that away from him. You can't hold that against him. You feel me? Because a win is a win. You feel me? But let's get back to it.
Instead, with Whis responding, well, it won't be easy, but I'm sure I can manage to pull something off here. I'm actually surprised to see you want to train Vegeta despite rejecting the idea of a student, Lord Beerus. Evasive, aren't we, Kakarot? Vegeta went on to ask. Still think you have what it takes to outlast me in this fight? You're good, but I'm that much better than you, and you know it, Vegeta says. What are you looking at? Having trouble maintaining your Ultra Instinct already? Don't tell me you're done now, with Goku responding, far from it. The fact that I am now able to keep up with you shows me the difference in power compared to what I was using before. And what's more is what lies beyond this. I can only imagine that the difference would be that much greater than what it is now, Goku says. I know there's something above this. I can feel it. And I'll do everything that I can.
And that's how you know it is, because the last time they were in a situation where they remember when they reached Super Saiyan, then they had to fight the androids and they had to fight Cell, and they figured they got to go past Super Saiyan. Nobody suspected that there would be a level past Super Saiyan. But when them Saiyans got that feeling, they was like, nah, there's something beyond this, bro. And they went and they trained and they found them levels because they already knew. They already knew their DNA. You know what I mean? Nobody can tell you something about yourself, bro, that you don't know. You know more about you than anybody in the world. Remember that. Let's get back to it.
To find out what it is, he says. You don't seem so sure of yourself anymore, Vegeta. Is that because I'm able to match you now, or is it because you know that you're going to lose? Because you aren't the only one who's getting stronger during this fight, and I intend to show you exactly what I'm capable of as this fight progresses. But then, to Goku's surprise, that's when Vegeta had gone and sticking his arm out by charging up for a massive Hakai Ball and telling Goku, but it won't progress, Kakarot. And do you want to know why? It's because I'm going to smash what's left of you with this. Think you have what it takes to hold this off, Vegeta asks? You should know better than anyone as to what this is, as Goku went on to respond, wait, certainly you wouldn't. You just aren't, with Vegeta responding, oh, but I am, Kakarot. I'm going to put everything I have into this attack, and hopefully if you are as strong as you claim to be, then you should have no problem nullifying this attack once it comes in contact with you. You should have known better better than to agree to fight me like this, Kakarot. And now it's going to cost you dearly. And who knows, Vegeta adds, maybe once I smash you, I'll take your place and fight those warriors myself. Sounds good, doesn't it? So what are you going to do, Kakarot? Are you going to run away? It'll be useless because the blast will tag you regardless. So how about it? Let's see what you can do, as it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest.
Yeah, man, that's the end of the episode, man. Man, Vegeta ain't playing out here, bro. He about to actually Hakai Goku, or at least try. But Goku ain't having that, bro. You know Goku about to go in, and stop that Hakai. Who knows what's gonna happen? But on the next episode, we will find out. We'll find out. So make sure y'all tune in. You feel me? But that's the end of today's video, you guys. I want to sincerely thank you guys for coming through and enjoying content with us here at Dragon Ball R92, where we do reaction videos. Dragon Ball everything reaction videos. Yeah, man. Yeah. Make sure you hit that like button, man, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on none of the content. And always remember to believe in yourself, because ain't nobody else go do it, man. Dragon Ball Art 92. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.